you see the use of technology by Russia outlined in this indictment to change the course of history.
Right. Well, my first reaction is, why wouldn't they? Of course they're going to try to use technology. I mean, we market products, and there's global efforts to push and influence U.S. citizens, so why wouldn't they try it? The second is, where's Facebook, where's Twitter, where's Google, and trying to recognize what's obviously very extreme. It shouldn't have to go to the Justice Department, as a where's the FTC? I mean, when you do a politically driven ad or any type of political ad, you have to identify it as a political ad. Where's the FTC in catching them as they happen? Right. Because it's not like it's going to stop all of a sudden. They're just going to try to be even sneakier about it.
Well, we know that it's ongoing right now with a look at the next election. But it's also, it was interesting to me at least to read the indictment and see how focused it was really around supporting one candidate.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for whatever reasons that we don't know to this point, they wanted to support President Trump and get him elected. It'd be great to be a fly on the wall to hear what Vladimir Putin had to say about him. But I don't think you can expect anything different. I don't think it'll ever change. And I'm guessing that, in our own way, America's doing some of the same things in Russia.
Do you think that there's the responsibility of technology companies to do something different and that we will have technology that's different in the future? And let me offer an example. You had Tinder, and you had a woman leave Tinder to start Bumble, which is a more responsible thing that gave women more empowerment and led to a different kind of conversation around dating online. I think that's really positive for the future of social media. I wonder if there's hope that there will be something after Facebook and Twitter that will also be more positive. I don't think people will leave those platforms simply because there's so much fake news or there's extremist positions. I think it's incumbent on Facebook and Twitter, et cetera, Google, to start identifying them. Right, I said it on Twitter. There should be a human, an authorized account behind any pseudonym-driven account. Right. So if it's 10_GOP and it's from Russia, there needs to be an individual there somewhere. Now, there's risks associated with that because there are people in foreign countries that are under authoritarian rule and they want to be able to express themselves. But I think we can use third-party authentication and verification that's separate from Twitter, so it's not all controlled by Twitter, Google, or Facebook, or whoever, so that you can enable those folks, or someone who's in a battered situation or very unfortunate situation, to be able to communicate with a pseudonym and anonymously to get help. But there are technical opportunities to do that. I think Twitter and Facebook have to take responsibility, and it's in their own best interest to do so because it's not like the Russians were spending tens of millions of dollars a month. Looks like it. It looks like they weren't.
No, it looks like they were spending tens of thousands a month. It's ridiculously small amounts of money, and we can't really, correlation isn't causation, obviously, and so we can't really say it had a dramatic impact because as extreme as these accounts may have been, so was the organic campaign.
But why wasn't Facebook and why wasn't Twitter constructed from the get to work like that?
Because 10 years ago, 14 years ago, who would have perceived it? I mean, Facebook started off with just EDU accounts to find hot girls.
Right.
Twitter was at South by Southwest to inform people of events. And so I don't think anybody envisioned it going to this extreme, and it's just a law of unintended consequences. But if Twitter, Facebook, Google, et cetera, don't take a stand to start to deal with these issues, then for better or worse, I think they'll be forced to.
Well, but your earlier contention was no one's going to leave the platform because of fake news. Why would they be forced to?
No, I'm talking about from a government perspective.
Interesting.
Right, because we see what's happening in government right now where it's so partisan, it's so tribal, and everybody wants to take a stance to protect their team, right? That if there's already all this animosity about Russia in Congress, why wouldn't the Republicans in particular say, okay, Facebook, we're gonna make you deal with this, or there's going to be consequences. Twitter, and maybe this might be the one, and I could be wrong, maybe it'll be bipartisan. Let's protect ourselves against this happening in future elections. Facebook, Twitter, what are you going to do?